Hello and welcome to GC360, your source for the latest news and stories from the heart of our community and beyond. I'm Natalie Ross, and we have a packed show for you today.
And I'm Olivia Blanton. Whether you're a student, faculty member, or someone interested in what's happening in our community, GC360 is here to keep you informed and engaged. Coming up,
Central State Hospital has invested millions into renovations, but how does this affect the community?
a follow-up to our previous reports on the housing crisis here in Milledgeville.
Georgia College has come out with a new advertising campaign.
And new developments are on their way. New developments are on their way to Milledgeville. Central State Hospital is getting a well-deserved makeover over the next 6 years. Our executive producer, Erin Finnegan, has the story.
Central State Hospital has been a major part of Milledgeville's history since 1842. In July of 2023, Governor Brian Kemp signed an executive order to demolish the Goines, Walker, and Jones building. The preparations for the demolishment were started, funds had been allocated, and the asbestos was removed to give way to construction. Members of the local Milledgeville community went to the Central State Hospital Local Redevelopment Authority to see what they could do about preserving the buildings. They took their concerns, and 1 year ago, members of the CSHLRA went to see if the buildings had the proper bone structure for rehabilitation. They discovered that it was possible, and a vote was placed to put the project of redevelopment into motion.
Due to the bone structure of the Goines building, it is slated to become a hotel and conference center. It will have all the amenities of a 5-star hotel. The Walker and Jones buildings are both slated to become housing and retail, where the first floor will contain stores and the upper levels will become apartments. Along with the development, an outside amphitheater will be built at the end of the grove in exchange for the acres behind the buildings for parking. These lots will be available for the public who are visiting any parts of the surrounding area. I spoke with Chairman Calvin McMillan about what this project will bring to the community.
They anticipate somewhere between 75 to 100 employees over the period of the construction period, which is a 6-year construction period, 2 years for each building is kind of the way it's kind of organized. We are just getting to the point, though, that what we're going to try to do as a board and create committees to try to start doing job fairs, to start getting some of our local people ready to be available to take advantage of some of those jobs, along with some of our artisans, our construction workers, carpenters, bricklayers, and all of those. We want to make sure that all of our people can take advantage, because our mission obviously is to repurpose this property from an economic development standpoint of view, put the property on the tax roll in private hands, put it on the tax roll, create jobs, create opportunity.
The company in partnership is Embryo Design, and they are investing $40 million into the redevelopment. McMullen had multiple meetings with the company. He states,
I will tell you that I've gotten to know these people from having to meet with them, as you can imagine, a lot, and I'm satisfied that at least the leadership of that team, the people that were involved in the vision, so you got the architect, you got the people who are gifted in the financing arena, and then you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so then you got the legal. So they had all of the pillars that make, and they got the history of doing projects, and so it turned out to be really, hopefully, and then hopefully it'll turn out that way here, but it turned out to be a really good set of people to make this happen, and so we're excited, and we think it's going to happen only because of the kind of people that's involved.
Reporting for GC360, this is Erin Finnegan, signing off.
As the housing crisis in Milledgeville continues to impact residents, City Council members continue to strive for improvement. City Manager Hank Griffith is administratively responsible for everything that goes on in the city, such as implementing resolutions, ordinances, and supervising the 195 staff members for the city. Our Assistant Assignment News Editor, Isabella Turner, spoke with him about how the city is going to resolve the issue.
The city has done a housing study back in 2019. It really dealt more with multifamily housing and the opportunity to do more from a town and gown standpoint with the students. But I think we can take the information that was in there and look at some potential stakeholders, public-private partnerships, those kinds of things in order to try to make sure the affordable housing is available in our community, as well as look at some additional ordinances that will enable the city to better patrol rental property in terms of making sure that it is adequate for the living needs for our community.
GCSU is rolling out its new advertising campaign with the slogan, "It's different here." This comes from the university's smaller class size and a strong sense of community. Anchor Natalie Ross reports on what exactly is different about Georgia College and State University.
Georgia College and State University, right here in Milledgeville, isn't your typical university experience. With its small town feel, strong sense of community, and emphasis on personal connections, GCSU continues to stand out from other campuses across the state and nation. Today, we're taking a closer look at what makes GCSU different. I was able to speak with current student and sophomore, Taylor Pryor. She sat down with me and spoke on what was important to her when choosing a college.
I came to visit during the fall, and it was just really pretty, and I had a lot of friends here because I live 15 minutes from UGA, and I knew I didn't want to go there because it was a little too much, and I know the environment, and it's just too much for me personally. So I knew a lot of friends from Georgia College, and then I took a visit and knew that's where I wanted to be.
I also got the opportunity to speak to mass communications professor Michael Dreyer to get his insight on what truly sets apart GCSU.
And I think from our department's perspective, we certainly have a lot of ways in which we could differentiate ourselves. We are different in the sense that you can go up to Eva's office and check out equipment as a freshman, whereas good luck getting to that at the University of Georgia, for example. So I think we do have some ways we can differentiate ourselves as being different. And I think those are going to be ultimately the positive kinds of ways in which we can do that.
Being recognized as a top 5 university just recently has been another great addition to Georgia College's reputation.
To prepare you for one thing, and that's really, I think the benefit of the liberal arts, and that's the way in which we can say for ourselves that we do think differently, is because you are getting those kinds of perspectives from multiple disciplines, multiple people, to see how that works. I mean, after all, how many schools that you know of that have a professor that double majored in math and speech communication?
From a unique campus culture to a strong focus on connections and community, it's clear that Georgia College and State University offers more than just a degree. It offers a difference. Reporting for GC360, I'm Natalie Ross. Baldwin County has introduced a new mentorship reading program.
Georgia College has its first student selected as the Region Institute Civic Leaders Fellowship.
The Office of Sustainability reminds students of their initiatives across campus. All this and more after the break.
This school year, the Baldwin County School District has implemented a new literacy program designed to engage students and instill a love for reading. Led by Program Director Casey Jacobs, fourth graders at Lakeview Academy are now getting one-on-one mentorship to help them reach their reading goals. Reporter Paige Blakemore has the story.
This school year, the Baldwin County School District has implemented a new literacy program designed to engage students and instill a love for reading. Led by Program Director Casey Jacobs, fourth graders at Lakeview Academy are now getting one-on-one mentorship to help them reach their reading goals.
Oh, huge thing is confidence. We want them to feel confident in their own abilities. We want them to be able to challenge themselves, be able to set goals, and then long-term be a productive member of society where they're able to fully function.
The need for literacy programs has become more apparent to fourth grade teacher Rhonda Crane.
Education is lost sometimes in our community and it's forgotten about, and it's so beautiful to see people in our community here in Milledgeville lock in and buy back into our students, because that's where our future is.
The program is still in its early stages and is calling on members of the Baldwin County community to volunteer as mentors.
One of the books that we actually are currently reading this week as part of our group story time is How to Fill Your Bucket. And so we talk about how everyone's got an invisible bucket and different ways that water could spill from your bucket or be filled back up from your bucket. And so I know for me, these students, every time we go in the school, add water to my bucket. And I hope that all of us going in there as well are adding water to theirs as well, keeping things full and happy and cheerful and celebrated.
To learn more about the initiative and how to volunteer, visit baldwincountyschools.ga.org. Reporting for GC360, this is Madelyn Agostini and Paige Blakemore.
The Reagan Institute Civic Leadership Fellowship highlights student leaders from all over the country. A GCSU student was recently selected for the program and was the only student selected from the state of Georgia. Reporter Dinah Welch has more on what this achievement means to GCSU.
Political science major Mia Simmons is making history, being named the first GCSU student ever selected for the Reagan Institute Civic Leaders Fellowship. The national program brings together student leaders from across the country who are committed to strong leadership and public service. Mia shares what this achievement means to her and how her time at Georgia College has prepared her for this moment.
It is such an honor to be selected by the Reagan Institute. I don't think anyone from Georgia College has ever done something like this, and only 25 were selected across the country, and I'm the only person from Georgia too. So it's such an honor, and I'm so glad to represent the school.
Mia explains what she thinks has helped her receive this award.
I would say one thing that was really interesting to me was a lot of the students in this institute are from liberal arts colleges. So I feel like being a part of a liberal arts college, having a background in different languages and different disciplines really draws attention to you. So I feel like going to Georgia College with the liberal education really helped me get this fellowship.
I also spoke with Nicholas Creel, the on-campus advisor for Turning Point, about the advice he would give to students interested in pursuing a fellowship like this.
Yeah, if you're looking for a program like this, one of the things I think I would tell you first and foremost is to engage with people who don't think like you. That's one of the overt things that they're looking for in this particular fellowship, is they want to see intellectual engagement with people who have different views and different ideas of yourself. That's something I can say for sure Mia has shown in spades.
Mia's selection marks a milestone for Georgia College and sets the stage for even more student achievements. Reporting for GC360, I'm Dinah Welch.
The temperature next week will be perfect for throwing around the pigskin with your family. Let's take a look at this week's weather with Ava Flores.
Good afternoon, Bobcats, and welcome to today's weather report. We hope that you're having a great day and plan to enjoy some nice weather coming up this week. We are coming out of our cold spell and going into some warmer weather. Tomorrow will be cloudy, but it's accompanied by a high of 77 and a low of 60. It may be a good day to go and play some pickleball on West Campus. Saturday will continue the warmer weather with a high of 76 and a low of 58. It will be partly cloudy, so it's a great day to grab a friend and take a walk to morning ride between your classes. Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 73 and a low of 58. I'm going to use this time to find a relaxing spot outside and read a book with my dog. Monday will kick off Thanksgiving week with a partially cloudy day and a high of 72 and a low of 54. You may want to go and get some exercise in before your Thanksgiving meal on Thursday. I'm certainly thankful that Tuesday will be the last day of classes before we get out for our Thanksgiving break. You may want to lock in and get your final projects done because it will be cloudy with a high of 72 and a low of 54. Wednesday will be partially cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 51. You may want to get an early start on traveling home because it will be one of the busiest travel days of the year. Finally, Thanksgiving will be bringing back some cooler weather with a high of 68 and a low of 43. It's a great day to spend some time with family and friends for a good meal. That's it for weather. Have a great week and a great Thanksgiving break, Bobcats. Make sure you gobble till you wobble. Back to you, anchors.
The Office of Sustainability is dedicated to making campus more environmentally efficient, as well as encouraging students to engage in more environmentally sound practices. Reporter Josh Galiff has more.
The Georgia College and State University's Office of Sustainability is run by one woman and her team of volunteers. I was able to speak with Lori Hamilton, Chief Sustainability Officer, to shed light on the hard work the office does for the entire campus.
Campus sustainability to me means taking care of our campus, utilizing our resources most efficiently, and taking care of our campus community. Transformative change for our campus and sustainability initiatives ties in with behavioral change. And this is a personal, individual decision that everyone makes, whether it's a very small decision or a larger task or project they want to take on. I think behavior change and making that commitment to be more sustainable is what is going to be significant for the campus.
I also had the opportunity to speak with Mary Piper, the chair of Student Government Association's Sustainability and Infrastructure Committee, on the topic of our school's sustainability initiatives.
It's 100% student engagement, right? As a university, students' voices matter more than anything else. If the students don't care, then nothing will get done about it. If all the students come together, united around one goal, one mission, and vocalize that to the campus leaders, then something will be done about it. Of course, we need good leadership. We need funding to get things done. We need a board of people working for the university that are driven around one mission, but we need student engagement.
All of us at GC360 wish Lori a smooth transition as she moves into retirement, and we urge everyone on campus to follow her directives and change their behavior toward reusing, repurposing, and recycling. It doesn't only take a village, it takes an entire campus community. Reporting for GC360, I'm Josh Galiff.
Exciting updates from the entertainment world.
The esports team received new equipment and location.
Astonishing wins from local and national sports teams. All this and more after the break.
I'm Eric Griffiths. I am the interim chair of the Department of Theater and Dance. Our general mission, of course, is teaching theater artists, actors, designers, technicians. Of course, students will specialize in certain areas, but they will know if an actor leaves here and that is their goal is to perform, they will also know how to hang a light. They will know how to sew a button on a costume. They have these other skills. So we offer kind of a mix of the soft skills and the hard skills for doing the work. Our goal is to create a well-rounded theater artist that knows a little bit about everything that goes into producing theater.
Welcome, listeners. How are y'all doing? Coming soon, right from the classrooms of Midway Hills and Lakeview Academies, the Writing for Success podcast, a reimagining of the 1998 anthology, Everybody Has a Story to Tell, Stories of Flannery O'Connor's Milledgeville. Baldwin County students will share their stories as part of this 100% federally funded grant of $385,000 to improve literacy in Baldwin County elementary schools. That sounds pretty good, y'all. Come check it out. Can't wait to see y'all there, or hear y'all there, or just hang out there. See you there.
I love seeing my favorite anchor on the screen every Thursday at 4 p.m. I even heard a rumor that she's gonna propose to me. My answer is yes, Haley. Let's look at this week's updates in the entertainment industry with Haley Tucker.
Wow, I'm flattered, but I'm already engaged, sorry. This week on entertainment, Cambridge Dictionary has officially named parasocial the 2025 Word of the Year, which is defined as a connection between yourself and a famous person you do not know, like a celebrity, TV or book character, or artificial intelligence. They said they chose this word because of the newfound love and trust people put in their celebrities. They specifically saw a spike in the search for this phrase after Taylor's engagement photos. There are so many creeps out there. They wish they had me and Taylor's connection. Speaking of Taylor, she's been seen in London the past few days, allegedly filming a music video. British outlet The Sun says that Taylor wanted to pay homage to Elizabeth Taylor by shooting scenes in London where Elizabeth was born. It's all top secret now, but I'm hoping for a release soon. Stranger Things Season 5 is set to release in 3 parts, the first coming out in only a few days. Fans are going crazy, making theories and analyzing trailers for hints. While the season will conclude before the new year, we've gotten news that spin-offs are already in progress. The confirmed animated series, set between seasons 2 and 3, is already in the works, but the Duffer Brothers have also said they're developing a clean slate live-action spin-off too. After hanging off the sides of planes and jumping from buildings, Tom Cruise was just awarded his first ever Oscar at the Governor Awards. Dolly Parton also received this honor, along with Debbie Allen and Wynn Thomas. That's all for entertainment this week. Back to you, anchors.
The Georgia College esports team has received a haul of new equipment and a practice lab.
GCSU's esports team received major equipment upgrades this year. I spoke with Adam Lively about how the upgrades have affected esports involvement as a whole.
The new equipment that we've gotten for the lab has increased player participation and also just new attendance because it's way more in the open. We have glass doors now that people can peer into, and it's much better just to actually be here and be around people as opposed to the previous lab that was in more or less of a storage closet.
Adam mentioned his favorite equipment upgrade is the engraved Bobcats for their PCs. The president of the esports club, Kara Kaihan, discusses her process for receiving the upgrades.
I put together this 14-page document being like, hey, esports is really cool and we do a lot and we want a tournament, so it'd be really cool if we could have better equipment. And I think at that time I had just been like, hey, can we have 10 new monitors? Because originally the monitors were the biggest complaint. We'd have people play from home because they're like, I'm not playing in the lab. This stuff's worse than what I have at home. So I was like, I can't stand for this. I want people to play together in the lab. So I requested, hey, could we have 10 new monitors? I know that's a big ask. And then I got asked if I could come meet with, I guess, whoever's in charge of that. And they said, okay, we'll give you 20 of everything. And I was like, wait, what? So I'm not sure if it's something, maybe just our win had maybe impressed them, or the fact that we were now way too big for our old room.
Erin Plotner described how the new location of the esports club was helpful to their community as a whole.
We actually did get the new room around spring break earlier this year, so that was phenomenal, and we were able to get a lot of people suddenly aware of our presence here, because that used to be the old Bobcat card office, and that's such a high traffic area as well, people coming in and out, going to the Max, Einstein's, so on and so forth.
Another player on the esports team, Tyler Calloway, explains what he hopes to see from the club in the future.
I think just on the whole, it's, trying to get more people into the lounge, trying to get more people into esports, and, getting that community to kind of keep growing, because while there's not none of us, there's not as many as I would like. I think everyone should be able to experience something like this, especially if you enjoy games. And it's not just for people that enjoy games. It's kind of anyone to a certain extent, as long as if you're willing to take a risk.
I'm Karis Philo, reporting for GC360.
Lucy DeBouchier has gotten new student reactions on Bad Bunny's halftime performance.
Puerto Rican singer Bad Bunny has been announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime performer. Many GCSU students have been celebrating the news.
Well, my initial reaction, I was super excited because I'm a really big Bad Bunny fan. I think this is something, I'm very interested to see how it is, especially since there was a lot of backlash. But I think that America is multicultural, and that's what makes us strong, us connecting together and sharing our cultures. And I feel like music also is the bridge between communities, and I feel like regardless of whether you can understand what he's saying or not in his songs, you can still vibe with the music and enjoy it.
I was actually really excited because I thought it added a new type of artist. We get the same pop artist every year. This was a good different Latin American style music for different types of people.
With the controversy surrounding the event, I asked Christopher if he thinks there is a hidden motive behind Bad Bunny's decision to perform in America after refusing to previously during his tour due to the threat of ICE.
I heard that the reason why he didn't go on tour in the U.S. is because it would be basically a trap for ICE agents and for them to because it would be a whole bunch of Latino people gathered up together. So I think when he made that decision, it was very strategical, and I'm glad he made that decision because they're taking away American citizens. So regardless of whether or not these Latino people at this concert were undocumented or not, I feel it still would have been a chance for injustice to happen.
Regardless of controversy, many GCSU students and faculty look forward to the upcoming Super Bowl halftime performance featuring Bad Bunny. This is Lucy DeBouchier reporting for GC360.
We have a packed week of sports this week. From the return of the NBA legend and the lead to the World Cup. More importantly, though, the Dogs are on a hot streak after a big win. Let's take a look at this week's sports updates with Reagan Sims.
Hello Bobcats, welcome to your weekly sports update. Starting out strong, the Georgia Bulldogs faced the Texas Longhorns in Athens on Saturday, showcasing an exciting offensive game. The teams were mostly level-headed until the end when Georgia pulled away in the fourth quarter, scoring 21 points and securing the win, 35-10, Horns down. Georgia looked to continue their 4-game winning streak into the next week as they face the Charlotte 49ers. Moving along to the tennis world, a highly anticipated match is brewing between the number 1 women's single player, Arna Sabalenka, and the number 659th men's player, Nick Kyrgios. This is a modern-day battle of the sexes match that imitates the match between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs in 1973. The format will be modified to lessen any gender inequalities, with each player only receiving 1 serve and a 9% smaller court for Kyrgios to hit into. As the tennis player myself, I am excited to see the outcome of this event along with the rest of the community. A major event in sports is approaching, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The final teams to qualify for next year's tournament have been revealed and will be 2 of the 48 teams competing. After a shocking start to the group stage, Germany secures a 6-0 win over Slovakia and the Netherlands, topping Lithuania 4-0. I'm sure we are all looking forward to the action taking place in the US, Mexico, and Canada next year. In exciting news, LeBron James made his long-awaited NBA comeback and season debut in Tuesday's game against the Utah Jazz. After practicing with the Lakers on Monday, he mentions how his lungs feel like a newborn baby and is showing positive signs for the rest of the season. Tune in at 8 p.m. on Sunday, November 23rd to watch the Lakers take on the Jazz once more. Finishing up with Bobcat sports, the men's basketball team led to a confident victory over the Shorter Hawks, 99-70 on Friday, November 14th. This took place at the Conference Challenge hosted by Young Harris and featured 12 athletes, making the scoreboard 5 in the double digits. Way to go! That's all I have for sports this week. Back to you.
That's all for GC360 this week. Bobcats, thank you for joining us today, and make sure you tune in next Thursday at 4 p.m. on NBC TV4 through the CableCast app. I'm Olivia Blanton.
And I'm Natalie Ross. When we're not on the air, we can keep you up to date on our social media. That's at GC360 News on Instagram and YouTube. And at bobcatmultimedia.com/GC360. Always available to you, where news comes full circle. See you next week.